Shalom.
Shalom.
It's the brothers from the GMS New Orleans Church. And before we begin, I want to give infinite honors and praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashur Kawadash.
double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
And it's just a quick lesson in transit on the way to the camp, the Friday camp today. And for this lesson, we're just going to speak on the cry for joy, right? Going into the joyful cry, right? Because on this side, we crying for joy, right? We not at rest, right? We in captivity, the prophets is sighing and crying for the abominations. One of y'all gonna pull that in Ezekiel 9:4, So we're crying for the joy of the kingdom to come, right? That paradise. Right, but right now, we in slavery. Right, we subject to these, these fleshly bodies, these chains of darkness. Right, it's just them. We in the valley of the shadow of death. Everything surrounding us is wickedness and death. All right, but eventually, when we overcome this world through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and earn our reward, our crown, the kingdom. We'll have a joyful cry. We'll rejoice, in overcoming the sufferings we've had on this side. Y'all want to say something? Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, I'll add, because once paradise is open, we ain't gonna be able to refrain our tears from ourselves. But again, a patient man will tear for a time, but afterwards joy shall spring up into him. All right, when you look in in the book of Sirach 1, because once paradise is open, we ain't gonna be able to believe our eyes. So our joy gonna be in exchange for tearful joy, like a tearful joy. Because usually when you cry, right, there's a spirit of sadness, low, disdain, just for the position you're in. Our cry is different right now. We're sighing and crying, but then in the kingdom of heaven, it'll transform to being joyous. All right, because we have broke the barriers of being servants walking, while being princes walking the earth, while servants is on horses. All right, everything is the oppression. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and through that mad or that anger is an emotional cry. All right, it's a spiritual cry, which a spiritual cry is way more worse than a physical cry. All right, that's why the physical cry comes after the spiritual cry. But you got it.
Yep, I don't think that's about right. I had a point I wanted to make, but I forgot.
If I could say right quick.
You probably gotta speak a little louder. This mic don't work good, brother.
Yeah, I wanted to say, because like you said, that joyful cry is gonna come after, okay? Because that's like a cry of relief.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we finally gonna be able to debate it through our trials and tribulations, man, which we're gonna do on this side. So we're gonna be so relieved, man, that we're gonna break forth the tears.
Hey, and that's why that cry for joy is so substantial, because it gets to a point to where words can't even utter the relief and the happiness and the all the hardships overcoming it. Words ain't gonna be able to utter what we've been through. It's just gonna be a cry.
Yeah. It's a song, a cry, but that's why it says the princes shall sing aloud upon their beds. All right, that's gonna be an expression. That's not, because song's gonna have the melody back in it. It's gonna have we're gonna have the dominion. We're gonna be set aright. Now songs is gonna have medicinal purposes to it. It's gonna actually lift you up in the spirit. All right, it ain't gonna downtrodden your vibration and different things like that. So a cry is not, it's not just, like you said, it's not just a actual action. It's an emotion. It's a spiritual. All right, it has many phases to a cry, man. All right, and we're experiencing it here, but it's nothing like we're going to experience in the kingdom of heaven because of what barriers we're going to be broken and how we're going to have been broken. But you can get the piece of it.
Yeah, hey, as a matter of fact, we're on the way to go cry right now.
Yeah.
We don't got tears in our eyes. We ain't physically crying.
Yeah.
We're sighing and crying for the abominations done in this the sigh and cry though. Alright? So they're gonna get it. They're gonna get that joyful cry. Alright, but we gotta go through those the trials, tribulations, and hardships to get there. The sufferings to get there. Right?
Get that word cry. Because I think David mentioned all the night his tears make him swim up on his bed, man. See that? Right? Though yeah, we know he's not in a pool of water actually swimming. Right?
I got it.
So where get that down, you got it.
No, that's heavy too.
Come.
Psalm 6 and 6. It says, I am weary with my groaning.
See the groaning. A groaning is a cry too. Because remember our spirit make intercession, right? Which is a cry. Because it's a sigh. But there's no tears rolling down. And then sometimes tears do roll down our eyes. Right? So again, you have different levels of crying. Right? Like the brother been explaining. Go ahead, Al.
It says, all the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears.
Yeah. So is the whole couch full of water? Is it a water couch? Right? Is his full bed is full of water? Nah, man. It's the depression, the stress. All right, the position of difficulty, the straits. You know, cause that to happen. Right? And then your tears translate to your prayers. And your prayers become cry outs, huh? You know, but go ahead, y'all got it.
Let me get this word for you.
Okay, you got it.
It's the word cry. It's gonna back up what you're saying. It's that word cry in the blue letter. Strong's H602. And it says in the outline of biblical usage, to cry, groan, to lament, to make lamentation. So it's backing up what you're saying. It's a groaning.
Yeah, lament. Lament, yeah. I got it too in online etymology, right? It says to beg. Right?
See, that's the prayer.
The prayer, yep.
See?
It says to beg, speak earnestly and loudly. Alright. It'll tell you in Romans 8, the earnest expectation of the creature
Yep.
waiting for the sons of men. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and it says to speak, to groan loudly, and that's to speak with
speak earnestly and loudly.
which that's to speak with authority, man.
Yep.
Right? Because when we, like you said, when we ruling, we don't have to speak with authority because the authority gonna be on us. It's gonna be within the realm, this whole spirit of it. So we don't gotta say, you know, something with rigor. We just gotta say it. We might have to point, we might have to look. All right, that's a whole different way of expressing yourself. And right now, the way we express ourselves, like you say, through video epistles like we're doing now, we can only go so far talking at the phone, man. Right? We can only fix so much, change so much by doing this, man. That's why we, you know, the creature is manifesting the manifestation of the change, man. When we speak, we trying to get out of here. We trying to get in our new bodies, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
It also says to yell.
To yell, raise up that voice like a trumpet.
Yep.
That's a whole a different voice of signification of something, man. You know, because you're saying it with passion. All right, because we're in the spirit of condemning wickedness and evil. Right? You gotta raise up. You gotta raise up to evil.
Yep.
You know.
Hey, but everybody ain't crying because they're not passionate about this.
They not.
But that's why they ain't gonna get the cry for the joyful cry.
Yeah.
In the end, they ain't gonna get that. Right?
They're gonna be ashamed.
Reborn.
Yeah.
Reborn. Yeah.
You're right, bro. And part of being ashamed in that confusion, 2/3 of our people, because they didn't want to cry, they didn't want to do the righteous lament. Right? It's a spiritual lament. They wasn't with that. They'll cry out when they get in hardships and trouble and problems and issues, or when a woman done left them, they lost a job. But all those things are carnal. If you're not crying spiritually, yeah, you never was crying to the Lord. You was crying to the world that the Lord have enmity with. You got it. I got one for you.
I'm gonna end it with this.
Oh, come, beautiful. All right, well, this Isaiah 24:10. It says the city, I'm going to start at 9. They shall not drink wine with a song, usually when you're drinking certain wine, and you know wine is a philosophy for you know, for knowledge and wisdom, and you know, okay, and it's understanding, okay, because you know, obviously, you know, wine with a song, we singing this new song, and with the right wine, all right, it's what? It's a pleasant feeling and understanding of what is being displayed because of truth, all right. So when you mix that wine, the proper wine, or the philosophies, or the true understanding of the Lord, with the song, the new song, then you right on beat, man. Everything feel good. What Jake do? Jake get their woman, they get some shakur, some yawn, they get a wine, and what they do? They turn the music on. It say music and wine with a banquet. All right, say that in Sirach. All right, but I'm just paraphrasing it, okay? But it says they're not gonna do that no more. So that's not, we're not one with the vibrations of peace here. This is basically what it's saying. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. All right, and we know what strong drink goes to. All right, it ain't just a literal drinking, it's spiritual. Okay, all right. It says the city of confusion is broken down, and it's about to tell you every house is shut up that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets. So do you think that's liquor? That you don't cry because you ain't get liquor or wine. You just go to the store and get that. All right, and they're crying for the real true word, because this word is peace. All right, there's no peace. They can't retrieve the peace, man, unto themselves. Okay, it says all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. You got it?
Yeah, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. All right, but when they cry, they not crying spiritually.
Yeah.
You know, they're not suffering for righteousness' sake. Okay, so that cry now translating to that cry, that joyful cry in the kingdom. All right, they're not gonna have they're not gonna reap the benefits of it.
Let me go down, brother. I'm gonna just read it real quick. In the city is left desolation. All right, there's no truth in the land. It's all gone. There's no spirit here. There's no truth. There's no spirit. And where there's no spirit at, like they call wine spirits, all right, you can't. It's no combination of truth, man. It says, and the gate is smitten with destruction, right? Because the gates have language. The leaders of this place, and you know, out of the gates represents the leaders too. All right, is with destruction. All these fake pastors and philosophers, they're all done for, man, and gone. There's no hope for our people, man. It says, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be the shaking of an olive tree, and as a gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. All right, just referencing, you know, when it's about the harvest, or whenever something is done from the actual process it goes through to be ready. All right, it says fruits and different things of that nature. It says they shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of Yahweh. Yeah, when the fruits come to their fulfillment, the first fruits, all right, come to their full fulfillment and perfect peace. It says they shall sing for the majesty of Yahweh. They shall cry aloud from the sea. You see? From the sea, within all the people, not in the middle of the ocean, but the sea represents the people. They're going to cry aloud, and we're going to glory within the what? The gates of the kingdom of heaven, man. All right? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, we ended on that.
Yeah, I mean.
That was perfect. You said it perfect, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're approaching, man. And we just, hey, brothers are crying. Whether it's video epistles, whether it's praying, whether it's video, whether it's spiritual conversations, the trials and tribulations. Brothers are crying, but brothers are crying for the right cause, man. All right? And if you're crying unto the Lord, eventually the Lord gonna wipe those tears and hear that cry. So I don't want to wrap this out. It was edifying. You done?
Yeah.
So I don't want to wrap this out. It was edifying, man. Till next time, we won't give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kagodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Solid teaching to the Agam that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Till the next time, I'm going to say Shalom.
Shalom.